Why, hello there. Welcome back to Minecraft Dinosaurs. Today's episode 300, which means I get to really nuke the PC immediately after recording the last episode, which nuked the PC. Shaders, optimization, Minecraft, bad. However, we're going to show off the world in all of its glory as it stands 300 episodes in. Most of it, not all of it, I'll admit, most of it was built with survival. My own two hands. Parts of that wasn't, but we'll get onto that. To think it all started with a crappy little shack in the middle of a really bad island with myself and Beaver, and now we're 300 episodes in. That is genuine insanity. We, of course, have the Liopleurodon enclosure. This has been a staple for a long time. Just sitting here, killing off Liopleurodons one by one, bit by bit. It's been magical. We, of course, can't forget Denise. Denise has been here for quite some time, too. As well as... This hasn't been here for that long. This is a recent addition. I don't know what I was said as well as, but we had a few others that made an appearance quite early on, such as the Pachycephalosaurus and the Triceratops, which have escaped again. We have this guy who's been here for a while as well, and if I remember correctly, I rode him and attacked Beaver. Who was very startled by this. And there's Denise. The Theres and then Kylos aren't too long from the start as well, but once again... there's the Theres, it's alive. Minecraft mods with their mobs rarely ever survive or stick around, which is what's crazy. We've got a T-Rex that's still alive, and, in probably the biggest shock yet, the Sarco's alive, and look at that swimming. It tucks his little peats in, just like you see in crocodiles. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. Sarco is so cool. Thus why Paleopines won by getting it. The Carnotaur enclosure that lasted all of 30 seconds. Those were the days. Of course, of the Dodo enclosure, as well as just a random 3 that we just managed to put together. I think it was an Edaphosaurus, can't remember what the other one was, and the Arthropleura. Diplocalus, that was it. We have the railway, which has come along quite nicely. We do actually have to continue it, and you might be wondering, how do you continue it? It looks like a closed loop. Well, first off, we have to finish the closed loop. Secondly, we have to build supports. And thirdly, we will then think about expansions. Because this doesn't cover the whole world. We've got a massive world ahead of us, which means I have to create another station somewhere that allows me to get off somewhere, go somewhere else, or go back to the original route. So that will be a good one. I'm thinking it's going to be in that corner somewhere, so I might just try and avoid doing the arches just so that we've got a place for it to stop. Of course, we have the pterosaur enclosure, where, once again, the mobs in the mod have completely committed Sudoku. There's the occasional survivor that we do spot every now and then. There's a Pteranodon there, and whatever the hell that thing is. There might be more, but like the big stuff died pretty quickly. You're going to notice a recurring theme with the survivability of some of these creatures being incredibly low. And in my defense, my bad. We, of course, then have the other stuff that we've already built long ago, which is the Mosasaurus' enclosures, the 2 Mosasaur enclosures, and the Megalodon enclosure. As well, of course, the viewing platforms for each of them. So you go underneath here in a very poorly devised tunnel, and you end up being able to go through that glass tunnel that leads you into all 3 enclosures, which genuinely was a hell of an achievement in survival. Before I discovered that just draining water is too arduous, just freaking use your brain and don't do that. But I'm genuinely quite proud of that. And of course, down here, you can't really see it right now because I'm in shaders, but there is a submarine directly below us. In fact, let's give ourselves a bit of thalassophobia, shall we? Here we go. Here's the submarine. This was the big build that we managed to get ready for the final part. My God, this really does get haunting. Oh, I hate it. Thanks. So this submarine is part of the challenge that you can do when you download the world. Speaking of, the world download will be available in the description, so do grab that. It will be available after a few more tweaks and things I've fixed have been done. I'm hoping to get the observatory, which is up there, a little bit more work. But you go over there to that port, and you can get some potions that allow you to breathe underwater a little bit longer. And you make your way to the submarine. And if you make it to the submarine, you will find yourself a little treasure chest of rewards. We, of course, can't forget the other build that was massive, which was the Twitch exclusive build. In that build, if you go underground, there is an underground crypt. I'm not going down there because I know my shaders will, quite frankly, destroy my PC. And I have a 4090 and a 7950X, so that's how badly optimized this version of Minecraft is. We, of course, have our little crypt in here for the creatures. I forgot the name of them. What were they? I think they've all died now, unfortunately, because yay mods. But I love this little sort of like ancient Egyptian crypt sort of vibe we managed to get going. There is a labyrinth. Oh, there you are. Now, I can't remember your name, so I'm just going to quickly... Schmock. How could I forget something so simple? It's 4 letters. Smock. The Smock lives here. And in that labyrinth, I can't remember if I put a treasure or not, but it's a fun little labyrinth. We, of course, have our museum, where the Indoraptor used to live, until it died. As I said, there is a recurring theme. This is one of my favourite builds we made. I love just like having the little pterosaur plinths just at the end, along the facade. It genuinely is quite nice. And we come over to what I believe to be a refinement of that build, over to here, where we are utilising redstone and sandstone. Also, I figured out what that shader is. It's coming from the tower. The light is reflecting from the tower. That's amazing. And of course, we did show this off in the last episode. It's a big build, this reptile house, the Herpetarium. Very happy with it. It does leave me wondering what can go behind it, because, I mean, I have built a path here. And there are some things in the way. But that won't stop me. Oh god, I'm really becoming British. I'm intent to destroy the local landscape. Good lord. Don't worry, no one lives there anymore. After a certain animal that likes to build dams committing literal war crimes and kidnapping people. But hey ho. We have the map. The map is not updated, as you can see. It has got quite a bit of the new build on it, but we don't quite have it finished yet. But just taking a step back to just really take in how much we've done, this map is amazing for that. And the funny thing is, I don't doubt that I could probably expand it to even more as time goes on. I mean, up here, we've got all this real estate that we've got to build. Also, no one can't tell me that those don't look like the stars in like My Hero Academia when... One for All gets used and it's like connecting all the different quirks and stuff. So can't tell me that. But look, obviously you can't see the submarine down there. I mean, if you could, it would be a miracle. You can't even see. You can barely see the glass. Look, that is the shape of the glass connecting. There's something here that's blocking that, but that is the shape of the glass, and you can just see it there. That sort of white, light blue and dark blue parts. So it doesn't show all of it, which is kind of funny, but it does show where it's a little bit more shallow, for example. And I think that's really cool. And over here is where we're going to be building the Pirate Cove when we get to it. There is still so much room here on the current map and here. So I think the objective should be for any build that we currently commit to, finish this map before we go outwards. However, I know what I'm like. I can't promise that. So we shall see. Now then, I need to turn off shaders because my golly is the... PC fans, like, they're like, does not like it. Bearing in mind, and I must stress this, and I cannot stress this enough, I do not hear the fans ramp up that loud after I played Cyberpunk for like 12 hours straight. That is genuine insanity. This is Minecraft, for Pete's sake. That's why I don't really play with shaders on too much, because the one I like using, which is the Seuss, is doesn't work too great, and the other ones, they work, but they don't look as nice. So I'm sort of split, but it's fine. It's fine. The video probably won't hit 60 FPS as our average, even though I've gone up to 120 from 45 now, but it's fine. Genuinely really chuffed with how the build's come along. I'm also really happy with all the support you guys have been showing over the last, well, since the beginning. And I do appreciate it massively. Obviously, we've got loads more to come. I'm not retiring from Minecraft Dinosaurs anytime soon. Here's the little skeleton kiwi. I remember saying a while ago that, you know, there might be a point that I stop doing YouTube and just move over to Twitch, and I don't think that's going to happen, at least anytime soon. But in the future, that might happen. There'll be one exception to that rule. You're looking at I don't think I can give this up. This has genuinely been a staple piece in my life. It's got to be 5 years. And obviously Minecraft Dinosaurs, even before this series, I've played with Minecraft Dinosaurs, which is a sentence to say as a 30-year-old man, but I think for over 2012, 2011, 12 years, 12, 13 years. There are kids alive, and there are people alive in general that have not, weren't born when I started playing with Minecraft Dinosaurs. That's insane. Like, if I go back that far, right? Let's say 13 years. It feels like it should have been longer, but it is about that. So I'd have been, oh crikey, 16, nearly 17. My younger brothers would have been, wait, they're like 7 years younger than me, aren't they? Oh god. Oh, that makes me feel old, but in a good way, I guess. I remember this is Spinosaurus enclosure. Hey, we didn't touch this one. And the Cenozoic in the that one. Yeah, but no, genuinely, it's been a hell of a ride so far. Now, if we can get to at least episode 500 before I have to retire, I'll be happy. Don't get me wrong. I want episode 1,000. Or 2,000. 3,000? No, that's just greedy. I'd have to release, to get to episode 3,000 in such a short period of time, I would have to release, 10 episodes a day. Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how utterly insane that is? Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Have a nice day, and ta-ra!